Rise, Meg.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a phenomenal day. So in today's video we're going to be talking about the Seeing Stone of Tython that Grogu sat upon in yesterday's episode of The Mandalorian, Chapter 14, The Tragedy. Just as a quick recap, in Chapter 13, Ahsoka Tano told Mando to take Grogu there because upon the Seeing Stone he would be able to determine his own future, and if he reached out in the Force, a Jedi might come and find him. So we're going to get back to Ahsoka Tano later in the video because she's actually very important to understanding the Seeing Stone. Now it's also worth noting that I've made an entire video explaining why Tython is so important and its entire backstory. So I do recommend that you check out that video if you want to learn more about the ancient Jedi planet. When Grogu was placed upon the Seeing Stone, he sunk into a trance of pure Force energy that surrounded him. The audio description of that scene makes a point of the ancient Jedi engravings that appear around the stone. So the question is, what was really going on in that scene, and how does the Seeing Stone even work to begin with? All of the information that I'm about to tell you comes from multiple sources, but amongst the most notable is Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm. The Seeing Stone was upon a hilltop that bore a concentrated form of pure Force energy. The magic of the rock was that it was said to project a Force user's ability, temperament, and future upon them while in a meditative state whereby the Force user was one with the Force. This powerful energy not only guided Force users to understand where they stood in terms of the Force, but also it exposed their vulnerabilities and weaknesses. Fear, anger, passions, and insecurities were amongst things that were made transparent to them. So when Grogu was sat upon the stone, he would have most likely seen fear in himself and his future. Ahsoka Tano revealed in Chapter 13 that just like her previous master Anakin Skywalker, Grogu was filled with fear and trauma over his past. But Grogu would likely have seen something else too, something deeply important. You see, the Seeing Stone was not just a way for the Force to guide your future, it was a way of connecting to other Force users in the galaxy who were one with the Force. This is why Ahsoka made the point to Djarin that maybe another Jedi will sense Grogu's presence when he sits upon the Seeing Stone. So did Grogu make contact with another Jedi? And if so, who was it that sensed him? Well, actually, we must be clear that this question is quite deceiving, and I believe there's a big plot twist coming up. So here is something really important about Tython. While it was known for its ancient Jedi past, being the planet where the Jedi Order first originated, it had a strong Sith past too. Tython is balanced in the Force, and where there is light, darkness must also be present to meet it. Once the Jedi departed from Tython, after discovering that there were many more planets with strong Force sensitivities, the Sith made the most of Tython's natural pure Force energy. So when Grogu reached out in the Force in Chapter 14, it's possible that a dark side user sensed his presence and could be on pursuit for Grogu. This would add to the many people who want him following this episode. Then again, I think The Mandalorian Season 2 has established enough bad guys. We have Moff Gideon, the potential return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and even the prospect of the cloning project leading to Snoke. So it's more than likely we're actually in for a Jedi appearance at the end of the season, during the finale, which is just 2 weeks away. Can you honestly believe how quickly this season has flown by? It's incredible. Anyways, alternatively, it's possible that no one made contact with Grogu, but I doubt that this is the case since the whole Tython ordeal would have been for nothing. So since it's a strong possibility that a Jedi connected with Grogu, who will it be? I made an entire video on this subject, and to date, it's my most viewed video with over 140,000 views. In that one, I stated that probability-wise, either Luke Skywalker or an unknown Jedi we haven't seen before would come for Grogu. But of course, we cannot exclude Ezra Bridger, and this brings us back to Ahsoka and how she plays into all of this, because as it turns out, she's quite pivotal. So there's a theory that caught my eye the other day, and it's made even stronger after having seen Chapter 14. This theory states that Ahsoka knows so much about the Seeing Stone because she went there herself and failed. So let me explain to you how this theory goes. Though Ahsoka was trained as a Jedi who would certainly be familiar with the Order's history and has visited various temples before, she seems to really know the Jedi Temple on Tython better than most. Her instructions of where to find and how to use the Seeing Stone, for example, suggest that she has visited the temple herself. This means that it's very likely Ahsoka has used the Seeing Stone on Tython for the exact purpose that she suggested that Grogu uses it, to find other Jedi. Chances are Ahsoka used the very Seeing Stone on Tython to look for the long-lost Ezra Bridger. The search for Ezra really began with Sabine Wren. In his final message, a pre-recorded holovid, Ezra tells Sabine he's counting on her. But it isn't until after the war that she realizes what Ezra is counting on her to do. Come look for him. This would suggest that it's Sabine Wren who reaches out to Ahsoka, wanting her help in tracking down the missing Jedi. How Sabine contacts her is another mystery. Seeing as Ahsoka's whereabouts are unknown after Ezra rescues her early in Rebels Season 4 via the World Between Worlds, a force realm outside of normal space and time. The story of how Ahsoka and Sabine reconnect is likely one Star Wars will tell another day, maybe in the Ahsoka Tano spin-off series. But once they do reunite, their first stop could very well be the temple on Tython. Ahsoka may have learned about Tython during her time at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, and after Order 66, she may have even tried going there to locate any surviving Jedi. Perhaps using the Seeing Stone is what originally leads her to Kanan and Ezra, finding them first through the Force before using her position as fulcrum to track them down. Regardless, Ahsoka is obviously aware of the temple, its Seeing Stone and how it works come the time of the Mandalorian. As such, it's very likely she's visited Tython while searching for Ezra Bridger, hoping to use its strong connection to the Force to find him. It is a very fascinating theory and I want to know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.